Hello, my name is Rivas Mayoki. I'm a human. We could say all of us are, and that's the point. We, the human race, are one entity and we can intermingle, we can uh, procreate together, and we can share thoughts via conversations and languages. And languages are the thing that shape the way we are expressing ourselves, thinking about ourselves, and experiencing the world. And learning a new language is to learn a new way to observe things, a new way to think about things, and then there's a new dimension to the world. And I think that's the difference between the traditional way of living and the modern one, where we are offered a global society. It's a topic that encompasses a lot of things, and I've been thinking about it since I was a kid when I first encountered the idea of globalization. And ever since, I've been thinking about, is globalization a good thing or inherently bad? From a traditional standpoint, it's a really bad idea that will destroy our values, that will take away our identity, and that will rob us out of our culture. But from a modernistic point of view, it's a place where we will all be the same, and where we will have the equal rights and equal opportunities. And I think that's in a nutshell the difference between the clan view of the society and we are all the same. And when you live inside of a clan that is inside of the bigger clan you are belong to, you base a greater part of your personality on your clan. And that clan provides you with security, with support, and it provides you with identity that is coherent, and there is this guarantee that they will take care of you. You're one of their own, and they will take care of you, whatever happens, whatever comes, you're in it together. And I don't have a proper word for the but the modernity. The modern society tells us that it will provide for us, that the society, the state itself, will provide us with jobs that will give us enough money to provide for our needs, and that we will be independent upon our clan, that we will have destinies, that we can shape ourselves in whatever form we wish to, that is inside of the law, that is inside of the rules that we must abide by. And in that promise, the greater society, state in our case, says that it will provide us with greater structures like schools, jobs, and social events in which everyone can have access to, and everyone can participate in, and everyone can find a sense of identity and belonging. And in a sense, the state is offering us to replace the part of the role that a family clan had in our lives. Because in more traditional society, when we go back in the day, the family and the clan, broader clan that family belonged to, provided us with socialization, with opportunity to find mates, with jobs, because everyone worked in the same field, with security and with punishment. Everything was done inside of the family. And when we move into the modernity, society takes on more and more of those roles that families used to play. The school took over a part of the burden of upbringing a child. The job took up the burden of providing for one's food, and different social events took on the role of having an identity and having entertainment. So, in a sense, when people who want to keep their traditional values and keep their clans intact, they are right that the greater society and the tendency of globalization are taking away their identity. Because it's not that you can have both at the same time, and I think we must have both at the same time, because the society can't really replace family. At least I think they can't. And family without a greater society has no options. It becomes a closed off unit that has meaning in itself, and if you are not fitting in, and if you are not adjusting well to your family, you have no alternative, you have nowhere to go, you are basically in a prison. So I would very much like to avoid any scenario where we end up in a prison. And I think that radical standpoints that wants everyone to be the same, and that we only have our greater society and equality and all sorts of things, and that you don't have the right to participate in your clan and prefer them over other people, uh, as well as the clan way of thinking that we should just buckle up, stick to our own, stick what we know, and refuse everything that is new and modern. Both of those stances leads to really poor societies with really few opportunities. And I think that in the end, I am more of a yin yang kind of person. If you have options, if you have different spheres you can partake in, there is a choice. A person who wants to have their clan and live within it can do so, and a person who wants to broaden their life and depend upon the greater social structures can do so. And I don't know, to me it's quite self explanatory. That's why I'm not really a fan of globalization in the matter that we should all become one being and have the same culture. No, that's such a poor way of thinking. I mean, it's okay. I participate in the global culture myself. I'm a more of a global citizen than I am a Croatian citizen because I like what other cultures have to offer. But I think of that's just like one option of being. If there weren't for different cultures that have their own clans and their identities that are resistant to strangers and create their own unique culture, you wouldn't have the pick. You wouldn't have the opportunity to choose which kind of thoughts will you indulge. In a sense, the way I view societies, countries, is the way I view individuals. We as individuals can meet another people and find out something new and be corrected or correct someone and to just create something new in the process. And in a sense, I think that societies are like that as well, that a country has as much of identity and distinction than an individual has. When I think of a certain country, I always know what I think of that country. I don't think that every single participant of that culture is like that, but there is a sense of identity. And the Second World War and Nazis brought such shame to being a nationalist that it's I think it's almost a crime to think that nationalism is something to strive to. I'm not a fan of that theory either, but there is a sense of security and a sense of unity within a nation. And when we remove the problematic view that we are better than others and that we deserve more than others, there can be a conversation between different countries, and there can be a greater society we create among ourselves, like we're having a group chat somewhere. Maybe I'm an idealist, but I think that's possible. I don't know, to think that the whole world should be under one imperial culture, and that we all should share one global culture and the same values is so frightening to me. There's no conversation in that. There's no options. You can't just move to another part of the globe and find where you fit, because everywhere there will be the same. For me, that's a form of insanity. We can't find two people that are completely the same, and yet we should all have same values and all create one unique human culture. Maybe that happens one day, but I think that will happen only if other planets are populated by other types of humans or aliens, and we can be unified humans in contrast to that. But besides that, I don't see that happening really. I don't know. There's growth in conflict, although wars are just destruction and we should avoid them. The global economy of cultures. I know. I don't know, but I always liked to think about it because it is a topic that will provide us with many rules in the future. Because the question of the internet is the question of globalization. Should we all regulate the internet the same, or should countries regulate regulate it on private basis? That's a thing to consider. But we will see how that happens in the future. I'm quite fan of the future. Can't wait to see what happens. I just hope it's not some desolated place that is terrible to live in. But there will always be colors. At least that is permanent. Ah, just I just hope world won't turn to black and white, because when you see the sci-fi, it's often depicted so colorless, the future, that I'm just like worried. No, I hope the world won't get one of those filters that everything will look like sepia. Anyway, see you in the future. Bye.